Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Dycart, and this is episode 6 of my Farming Sim 17 Farewell Let's Play. So, after our last episode, I finished up all the logging around my barn, and I hauled it in, and I got about 20,000 for that, and then I cut all the extra grass I could find. I was a little frustrated because these grass fields, the first couple times I mowed them, grew within a day or two. And it was very frustrating. But then all these fields that I've worked recently have no more work to do, and it's been that way. Doing all the logging and the cutting of the grass and the wrapping and all that I did took about 3 days in game between episodes. So it's great. I'm getting some money, but I've been very frustrated because these farms or these fields aren't growing. The grass isn't growing, so I'm running stagnant on things I can do. I can't even work the fields. Then it hit me. And I feel really silly about this, so that's why I figured I needed to share it with you. I removed that seasons mod because it was making things work a little different than I liked. I forgot that the seasons mod turns off the game's plant growth, and so that it can control it, so you can only harvest like once a year. So that I've been playing now for days and days and days in the game, at least a couple of these Let's Play episodes also, as well as streaming with no plant growth on. So I'm going to speed plant growth up. I'm going to put it on fast for now, just to try to get this to move a little bit more. I feel really silly about that. I'll turn it back to normal, I think, after a while. But what I'm hoping is now... Oh, still no mission available. Yeah. Oh, now see, these are potatoes. These were sugar beets. Okay. Let me look. That's different here. Potatoes. Oh, right back to this one. So now the crops. Yeah. See, this field 15 used to be white. It was sugar beet, and now it's potatoes. So that's an interesting. And then of course 14 we have the corn. So what I'm wondering is, if it was sugar beets, then it got harvested and stuff, and then I seeded it with potatoes, but then there was no plant growth after that, so it just still showed it sugar beets until I turned that on, and now it's showing potatoes. But regardless, here's the issue I'm running into. I wanted to buy field 15. I wanted to buy it from the guy once it was ready for harvest. That way I can do the harvest and sell it. Problem is, the harvest is potatoes now. Same issue I was having with sugar beets. I don't believe... Yeah, see, I need a special machine just to do potato harvesting. So you would need to have this topper and cut it, and then this to harvest it, just to get the potatoes. So if I were to purchase this field, which it's only 50,000 because I've worked on that guy's rep, if I were to purchase this field, I couldn't harvest those potatoes unless I leased the harvesting equipment, and I don't know if it would be worth it or not. Let's see, what do potatoes sell for? Yeah, see, look, they don't sell for much. I mean, that's that's not much. Looks like the best place to sell would be Goldcrest Pacific Grain, and it's only 361 per 1,000 liters of potatoes. Now, I don't know exactly how many, like the expected crop from this is going to be. So it could be, a lot, and I could make a ton of money. But to lease the harvesters, okay, if I wanted to lease the big one that does it all in one trip, that's going to cost me 34,000 just to lease it for one harvest. There's no way I'm going to make 34,000 on that field alone. So it's not worth it. So I would have to lease this for 720. And then I would have to lease this one for 960. So, roughly 9,700 to lease it to run on the field the one time. And then, since I'm not sure how many potatoes will come in this in one harvest because I have not farmed potatoes before, I don't know if I would make a profit. So my next thought is, well, maybe I'll go look at this one. This is corn. Okay. If we look at the price of corn, I think no, that's wheat. Oh, here's corn right here. 906 right now is the best price. Now, that's 3 times what the potatoes are. Now, I don't know if maybe corn harvests don't get as much corn as potatoes. I'm not sure, but right here, just on the surface, it seems like that's a much better deal. However, for that field, for that field, I'm going to have to, oh, look you can see the corn. Yeah, you can see stuff's happening. But this field will cost me like 100,000. Oh, it's 81,000, never mind. But still, 81,000 for this field, which means that increases my expected money the capital I was gonna have to put in by 30,000, which is not good. Okay, so yep, potatoes 33% growing, so they should need fertilized, right? Let's look at the field types. Yeah, see, none of them look fertilized because I think it's because of that same situation with the turning off that mod. So I don't know. See, since they're not fertilized, I expected there to be a job here to fertilize them, because then I could at least do the mission, make a little money from fertilizing it, and then I would get a better yield when I bought it. But no mission available. Yeah, it's not popping up. So yeah, for some reason, I hope the missions aren't totally broken, because that's kind of where I need to make money. But the nice thing is the grass is already starting to grow. So that means we're going to be able to do some silage soon. If you look at this, the grass here, do we have this on? Yeah, let's turn this on. See how it's green grass, and then we go, whoops, this thing, and it's almost ready to harvest. Look at that, it's in the first stage of ready to harvest now. Before that just showed as purple. It's harvested like this, the stuff I just recently mowed. So the good thing is, soon I'll be able to mow my normal grass fields that I already did, and that alone will make me more than enough money to afford the price difference in that field. So that's good. So I'm glad I turned the plant growth on. That's going to help tremendously. What's up on that field? What's on field 12? Canola. Okay, so I think field 12 is the one that's like 100,000 to purchase it. Yeah, 109,000. But if you look at the difference in size, it looks like they're roughly the same height, but 12 is probably a third longer. So I would guess the area of 12 is quite a bit bigger than 14. So if in mowing this grass, I actually make up enough money that I could afford to buy field 12 instead of 14 or 15, that might be worth it. Soybeans are in demand. Okay, so things are happening. You can even see the grass growing again, so that's fabulous. But I've got to wait for this grass to be ready to fully harvest. So I'm thinking I might try to go work another field, and I'm trying to decide, because the guy that owns 12, 14, and 15 also owns 22, 23, and 24. So 19 would be another one I would like to buy. Let's see if there's something there yet. There wasn't last time I looked. Oh yeah, okay, look at, I can fertilize it. Oh, that's fabulous. Okay, so let's do that really fast. We'll get some rep with her. This short mission, if they're only giving us 5 minutes to do it, I'm guessing it's only going to take about 3. Maybe a little bit more than that. Maybe 4 minutes. But that's still not too bad. Okay, so now we want to unfold the sprayer and zoom out a little bit. So we'll work this field, and then we'll check again to see if there's, like, if field 12 needs work. And if it does, then we might go do field 12 and fertilize it, and then purchase it from him eventually. Okay, here we go. Woo! This should only take maybe 4 passes, something like that. That'll be pretty nice. We're not going to make a whole lot of money from it, but we are going to gain a little bit of rep. And the fact that this is here tells me that that was the problem, the plant growth problem. So right now, if I want the extra 30,000 to buy field 14 instead of 15, then I am going to need to save a total of 162,000. And right now we're at 112,000, so that's not too bad. That's not horrible. A cut or two of grass should be enough for that. But if we want to buy 12, then we're going to need about 180,000. I feel like 12 is probably going to make us the most profit right off the bat, like as soon as we buy it, because it's a bigger field of that canola, and we can buy the harvester to harvest the canola for 43,000 and change. So look at that. I'm almost 3/4 of the way done with this job already. And it's only going to be the one more trip right there, not even that full trip. So I will, once this harvest goes by, like I can cut the grass again and maybe purchase and harvest field 12 or 14. I'll switch the growth back to normal. Like once we have our own field to grow, we'll put the growth back to normal. Because even though fast is great and it speeds it up, especially for like a let's play, it makes it so there's a little bit more to do. I kind of want to go back to normal just so it gives me more time to react. Yay! All right. Yeah, because I'm relatively new to the game actually, so I want to make sure. Still no mission from here, huh? Don't you need this? All right, so let's look now. Fertilized. I just did work on 19, and it doesn't show fertilized. Look at that. I wonder if... Oh, okay. So it needs plowing, but it is they're all fertilized. Look at that. So what it is the needs plowing overwrites the fertilized. I didn't realize that. So if I turn that off, now I can see, yes, they're all fertilized and looking good. So it looks like there'll probably be a fertilized job on 16 I could possibly do. Let's hang on. Ready to harvest. We're still in the early stages there. A couple little spots are like orange, but we'll wait for this to turn orange. So let's go ahead and go to 16 and see if they need some work done. Yep, all right. Nice and quick. We'll do a spray on this one as well. And hopefully after this, we will... Oh, they gave me another tractor that doesn't have the front attachment. That's right, we shouldn't need it. Let's back up here. Let me zoom out a little bit. Pull forward just a tad and unfold the bad boy. So we'll get this field done, and hopefully we'll see some progress in... oh, yeah, go ahead. Just push it to the side. We don't need that thing. Hopefully we'll see some progress in our grass growing, and then we can start cutting some grass. Whoa, a little lag there. So I was hoping that this episode we would be able to at least purchase the machinery. Not sure. It's possible. We'll find out. But I think I want to go about it because chances are there's something I'm forgetting, because I am new to this. And I've already had situations like you've seen in previous Let's Plays where I've bought something and it wouldn't fit or wouldn't work, and so then I had to buy something else and just sell it. So what I might do is to be on the quote-unquote safe side. I don't know if anything I do in this game is really safe, but to be on the safe side, what I think I might do is buy a field that's close to harvest so that I get to harvest it and make the profit off the harvest. Which means the first piece of machinery I'm going to need to buy is a harvester. I already own the trailer to fill, so that's okay. So all I should have to buy is the field itself and the harvester, and then the front of the harvester, the header. And once I buy that, then I can do the field, and then I can, like, all right, now I'll need a machine to sow. So I'll need to buy a sowing machine, and then I'll need to buy seed. And so I'll kind of buy them in the order that I need them, rather than buy it all at once and then find out I bought the wrong thing. That way, if I mess something up, at least I can get that first harvest and get a little bit more income, so that I can afford to fix whatever mistakes I inevitably make. And hopefully during all that process, our wool from our sheep will fill soon. I know it's over half full, the pallet, and I'm not sure, but I think the pallet might sell for about twice what the going cost is. Because the going cost, I believe, is per 1,000 liters, and the last I looked, when I was getting close to 50%, I was already over 1,000 liters. So if the price stayed in the 8,000 range where it was, and I'll check after a bit, that would be really nice though, because that means I could sell that and make 20 grand off of one thing of wool. Well, 16,000, somewhere in there. But that would be exciting. Yeah, I'd like that a lot. Okay, it's not my field, so I'm just going to drive across it. Let's go up here. We should just have to finish this last little chunk. And then we can check the growth of our grass and maybe do some silage to get that money. But the good news is I actually have enough money to purchase the field. And that's really good, because since I have the plant growth on fast, I can, as soon as it's ready to harvest, I can purchase it before the NPC harvests it. In fact, I could purchase it now, I suppose. It's already been fertilized, so if I purchased it now, it would just be, just wait until it's ready to harvest, and I wouldn't have to worry about the NPC. So I'll probably do that, actually. So yeah, it's still growing, but it looks like it might be in the second stage of growth. And the ready to harvest is still in the first stage here. I thought I had turned on a setting. Let me look here. Cruise control. Fruit growth during missions is turned on. Okay, so when I'm doing those field missions, supposedly the crops are still growing. But that's a mod that's allowing me to do that. All right, so let's go. So now I just fertilized that field. So yep, it's looking good. All the fields I care about are fertilized. I could just flat out buy field 12 right now. And then, because it's fertilized and it's growing, so there's no reason for me to really wait. I think I will. I think I'll buy it. It's a big field. But once I own it, all we have to purchase is the harvester. So let me think about this. If I need to buy this field, it's 109,000. The harvester and the header alone are another, like, just over 50. So we'll say 51,000. So that's actually $160,000 I need to purchase the field and to harvest it. But I know that I'm going to be able to mow this grass soon. And that grass is going to get me at least 40,000. Put my time. For some reason, when missions finish, they put me back to real time instead of my times 15. But I think I might do that. Let's do it. Let's buy our first field. We ready? Our first field ever. Boom. See how the number 12 on the little mini map turned green? That means it's mine. That's my field. I'm so proud of my little field. Not that I did anything. Well, actually, technically, I planted the seeds on it, I think. Maybe not, though. Maybe I didn't do 12. I know I did 14 and 15. But the good thing is, now I have a field full of canola. So yay! All right, so I got $10,000. This grass is still growing. So hopefully soon we will get to, like, this is the first grass I mowed. You can see it's a little taller than like this section right here, because this section right here still had the trees on it earlier. And this is a little bit taller than this one. So you can see it's definitely growing. You can see where I just recently cut this in between right before this episode. So hopefully that grass will start sprouting soon, and I can cut that. Let's go check our chickens. Grab whatever eggs we can. And then we have our tractor. I mean, really all we need is that harvester now. And we'll be good to go. In fact, I could buy the header. How am I going to do that? I guess I'll teleport to the store when I buy it, because the harvester and the header I can drive back by themselves. I don't need to take a tractor out there, I don't think. Alright, collecting some eggs. Yeah. Alright. The bee house hasn't been making me that much money. It has come close to covering the cost of my animal upkeep. And that's about all it's done for me. So in the future, I think I won't be buying that until I have enough money to just kind of throw 20,000 away on it and know that it'll help me in the future. Because right now it's really not doing much. Okay, so let's take a look at, oh, look at that. What's blue, I wonder? I know green means it's really good. I don't know what blue means. I guess that means average. By looking at that arrow, that's what I would think. Or maybe it's staying at that. But anyway, if we look at canola, which one's canola? Is it this one? I think it might be this one. If we look at that, so right now that place is buying it for $13.50 per 1,000 liters. I'm guessing from that field, I'm going to get 8,000 at least. 8,000 liters would be the full load of our old wagon, but with this new trailer, I mean, can hold like 10,000. So if we could fill that whole trailer, then that means we're going to get like 12,000 just for that, from that trailer alone, right? Am I thinking about that right? 10,000 divided by 1,000 is 100. So you add 2 zeros under that. Yeah. So no, that would be 126,000, right? Adding 2 zeros would be 200. Yeah, 126,000 for that field. If I was able to fill that, I don't know if I'll be able to fill that, but wow, that's exciting to think about. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to have a little bit of time. I wonder if I should jet over and do another job. Let's check our animals really quick. All right, so productivity's at 100%, so they're doing okay right now. But look at this wool, 78%, and it's 1574. So that means we're going to be right around 2,000. It might end up 2,000 even, I don't know. But if it does, if we end up with 2,000 even on our wool, then we can go back here and look at this and see that wool right now is selling for 4,000. So even if I sold it at this really poor amount, and you can see it's actually going up as time's going by, but even if I've sold it at this amount, I'd still make over 8,000, like 9,000 or so. Well, actually over 9,000, just for one pallet. Assuming this is correct, and the pallet's going to be 2,000 liters, and this is per 1,000 liters. Now, I've seen this as high as 8,000 and change, so I'll probably wait until it reaches at least 8,000 before I try to sell. But that's exciting to think about, because then I'd be getting 16,000 for that wool that's almost done. Okay, let's go try to work another field. Wow. I always scroll the wrong direction. So I just did 16. Let's see. I guess the easiest way to know which ones are going to have some work to do are to look for the fertilization. Like 24. Let's go there. All right, so this is a really quick mission. Not for much money. But I'll take it anyway. So this is, has it just been harvested? No, I'm fertilizing it, right? I gotta be fertilizing it. There we go. I didn't even read. I think it is fertilizing it. Let's scroll out a little bit. Okay, and let's lower it and turn it on. Oh wow, that's a big spread. Okay, let's get going here. Why do I not want that lowered? Oh, I guess I don't want that lowered. My bad. Yeah, so this is going to be a really quick job. Look at this. I'm actually overdoing it on the right side there, but very interesting how it kept this edge of like wheat or something when they last harvested it. Very strange. Okay, is that going to reach? Yep, it does. Alright, so just a tiny little job for this guy. We don't need more rep with him because he's the one that we've already got our reputation maxed out. But the nice thing is the higher the reputation, the more you get paid, I think. At least that's what I was told. So we're making a little bit more on this than we would if the rep for this guy wasn't maxed. But shoot, we're almost 3/4 of the way done already. So this alone, this strip right here should do it. All right. So just a little quick job. I like to do the faster, the quicker jobs like this. You don't get as much money per job, but when I'm recording, I know it's kind of dull to sit there and watch me do the same thing for 30 minutes straight or longer. So, all right, I just want to go back to here, ready to harvest. Yeah, that didn't change while I was working that field. All right, so let's go. What other fields are not fertilized? Because that's what they're going to want. You know what? 28 looks like a huge field, but it also looks nice and round. Let's go check that one out. 13 minutes to do this one. That's not bad. That means we're probably going to finish it in 6 or 7 minutes, but we're also going to get, you know, I would guess 7,000 total. So let's do it. Oh, wow, look at these tires. Boy, they really parked me in an awkward spot there. Wow, look at how beefy this is. That's cool looking. Double tires on the front and the back. I like that look. I really like that look. Oh, yeah. That looks cool. Okay, and I'm thinking I might think about doing that. I did the narrow tires because I was worried about crop destruction. But as you look on this, I'm not destroying this crop. I don't know if it's because it's a mission or what, but yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, so B, and let's go a little wider here. We can go a little wider than this. Oh, look at those tires. Those are so cool looking. Yeah. Oh, I'm totally going to do that at some point. I've never seen them. I've seen the double tires in the back before, but not back and front. I really like that look. This is a case tractor. I don't know if it's the only type that'll do that or what. But yeah, I like that beefy look. And you know what? I'm not leaving. I guess I am leaving tracks, but they don't look as wide as the tires themselves. And it doesn't look like they're harming the crops, which is good. I don't want that crop destruction on. That's a little too advanced for me. You know, it's going to be interesting to see if at some point, I wonder if anybody's already made a mod, or if somebody will make a mod for like Farming Sim 19 when it comes out, where you do it with drones. Because if you're worried about crop destruction because your tractor has to drive over it, why wouldn't you buy a heavy-duty drone that could spread the fertilizer by flying over the field. I mean, obviously you do crop dusting with planes, you know, so I mean it's not like it's a new concept, but I can see now if your crop's going to get destroyed by your tractor driving on it, then you'd want something to fly over it, and so it doesn't hurt the crops. That'd be kind of cool though, to fly a little drone in game. I'm guessing though, drones, I mean, you'd have to have a pretty heavy-duty drone to carry, like fertilizer and seed. Maybe you could do, but I guess for even just harvesting, you wouldn't be able to use a drone. So at that point, you would be destroying some crops, I think. Well, maybe not, because I guess harvesting you cut it down in front before you drive over it. So yeah, if you could use a drone, like plowing's behind you. Plowing and cultivating would be normal, but then you could use a drone. Well, even seeding, you could do normal. It's just fertilizing then. Yeah, so you would only need the drone for fertilizing. Wow, I'm having a rough night. I'm all over the place with my thought process, aren't I? I blame my frustration on not realizing that the crop growth was, or fruit growth or whatever it's called, is turned off. And I blame me not realizing it on anyone but me. Alright, oh wow, yeah, I'm missing a spot here. This could be not so good. If I miss spots too wide, I end up having to go back and cover them. I guess it's hard to see. I wish there was more of a guide to see the arid area of coverage. But I realize that well, yeah, you know what? I was going to say in reality you wouldn't have that, but nowadays you would. You would have the GPS. Like, I've actually done a little bit of code on that exact system, the GPS for tractors, so that you'd pre-program in the GPS coordinates of the field, and then the tractors would be able to just basically put it on auto drive. So I know it exists because I've actually worked on it briefly, not much. It's not like I know that much about it, yeah. So I guess that would be something to put in the game. I think there is a mod that's called like GPS mod or something like that. I wonder if that's exactly what it does. I know I can use the Courseplay mod that I have, and I plan on using it, possibly even once I buy this first field. Yeah, what I don't know about Courseplay, and I'll have to try it out, because if Courseplay works, but if I stay in the tractor, I make sure I get my entire field, but I don't have to pay anyone, then that's kind of cool. But if Courseplay works like it normally does, where when I leave the tractor, like I have to start paying for a driver, but if Courseplay makes me pay for the driver even when I'm in the tractor, then I might as well do it manually. Am I rambling? I think I'm rambling. Welcome to Dycart's YouTube. Alright. How we doing? We're over 3/4 done. I'm going to try to stick with this big turn I've got here. But it looks like I'm probably going to have to make one more, at least start the trip back down, but hopefully that'll be good enough. And I won't have to go find a couple of those spots I missed, because man, it's hard to, I guess you can kind of see it there, but it's just not really well done as far as, hey, here's where you've been. I hope that's something in Farming Sim 19 that they kind of fix, so it's easier to tell where you've fertilized. Because this one you can kind of tell where it's wet and where it's not wet, but it's not that great. Alright, got that little piece. Oh boy. I'm starting to wonder if I'm going to finish it. on this line, or if I'm gonna have to go find those spots I missed. And that's not good. And I have my settings turned on so that you only have to fertilize once to get the most benefit out of your crops, because typically it's 3, which is cool. But again, I'm new enough at the game. I didn't want to risk not getting the most out of my crops. All right, so it looks like there's a spot here I might be able to go grab. Look at that! I'm so close. I love this tractor though, these dual wheels. That's cool looking. Okay, come on, any second now. Any second now. Come on. Give it to me. There we go. Yeah, I did an awful job on that. I was not driving well. Okay, so let's take a peek here. Still the yellow on the ready to harvest. So I have plant growth turned up, but I guess I don't have the gain speed turned up high. Oh, look at that! It went back to 1%. All right, I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Let's cruise this along. Let's pop to our tractor and get out at our farm. Okay, so I've got the game speed turned up. Tonight's just about to end. I would like to at least start on the mowing. Oh, and you know what? Let me check really quick. This is our field now. It is growing. It looks like it's in stage 2. And it is fertilized. I just wanted to make sure, again, double check that when we bought it, it didn't like reset it and say it needed fertilized. That would suck. Okay, but I really need us to be able to cut some grass and sell it so we can afford that harvester. Because like I said, we're going to need another like roughly 60,000 just to get buy the harvester to be able to harvest that field. So let's see if I turn time up a little bit. This is the fastest I can turn it up that I'm aware of without a mod. But I do have that mod that'll kick in at 2100 hours and really speed up. So this grass should be grown by morning, considering what it looks like right now. So that'll be good. I don't necessarily like speeding it up this much, but at the same time, I mean, look, I'm just standing around. So better to let the night go past really fast and get to the next day and be able to start doing some work. I'm sorry about having a Let's Play where I'm just standing here looking around, but evidently it's one where I feel like rambling a lot. But yeah, cutting that I think will get me the 60 grand I need to be able to harvest that field over there. So let's oh, whoa. I was disconnected. All right, so let's go over here and oh, look at that gas. I need to refuel. Maybe that's what I'll do. Where's the nearest fuel place? That one or that one? I think this is the better one. All right, I'm gonna have to run down and get some fuel. I'll do that right now. And the speed's going to go here in just a moment. Yeah, so now it's fast forwarding through the night. And there's that. See, the property income, the $192, is just from that bee house. So that's not very impressive. Clean your sheep area, all right? I know I need to do that next. Whoa, fog rolled in. Okay, so before I continue, let's take a quick peek. I'm ready to harvest. It's still in the early stages here, so I'm going to leave time going fast while I make this drive. And then maybe once I've fueled up and come back, the grass will be ready to mow. But clearly I need to take care of the sheep as well. Look at these little thin tires now, look all weird after seeing those big beefy ones. I feel like after buying that field, though, I really feel like I'm in a spot where I'm just about to start making money. Did I have 19,000 before? Oh yeah, because I just did that job fertilizing the field. Okay, I was thinking I had 10,000 last I looked. Okay, so the gas... Oh, it was down here somewhere. Darn it, I was just driving to the store. I'm so used to that. Okay, there it is. Let's pop in here, fill up really fast. Might as well drop off some eggs while we're here. So I'm refilling. Look at that, light's going out. Oh, maybe it's not. Maybe it was just right behind that bar. Okay. Okay, now where's the egg place? I think it's right up here, just a quick right turn and then down the alley. Oops. Oh, I guess I'll go around this way. And then we can go collect eggs, go do the sheep, and then hopefully mow that grass. Let's turn our lights off. We don't need them right now. Hey. Alright, so I sold the eggs and made a little profit. I didn't even look to see what it was, though. I should have checked. Earlier, between episodes, I sold some eggs to a farm, so not to that place. And the price I got per egg was $10.23. And I told myself, next time I sold right there where I just did, I was going to find out how much I made, because then, you know, I would choose to go to the other place if I made a little bit more. And yeah, forgot. So I'm going to have to keep that in mind for next time I decide to sell eggs. Well, we did some field work today, so that's good. We figured out the problem with the fields not growing, so that's really good. And I'm hoping once we get up here I can at least start mowing some grass. Because now I just need an extra 40,000 to buy that harvester. These fields are all starting to pop up. It looks so much nicer when the stuff's growing in the fields. There's just something about seeing the nice rows of the plants growing. But this looks so nice. I mean, I love the trees, but it's so open now. After I cut all those trees down as I run off the road. Okay. Oh. I'm just going to drive across my lawn. And pop out. Run myself over with the tractor. Got to collect these eggs really quick. And then I need to go take care of the sheep and clean them up. It looks like that rooster just laid that egg. Alright. Here we go. So let's go grab our front loader. Because it looks like that grass hasn't started blooming yet, so it's not quite ready. But it's probably pretty close. Maybe I'll get lucky, and once I'm done with the sheep, it'll have bloomed. Alright, so we got the front loader. Now we're gonna... Whoop, little pause. I wonder if that's an autosave. I bet it is. It doesn't... Because I know there is an autosave in the game. In fact, let's see about... somewhere there was autosave interval. Can we turn this off? Yeah, 0 is disabled. So let's get it down to 0. Whoops. So we don't want it to autosave. And we'll see if in this episode or in the next episode, if we get that little pause. Because I'm assuming that's what it was. It seemed like it was relatively regular. every 15 minutes, so I bet that's all it was. Okay, I am going to clean my sheep area. Quit complaining to me. Notice. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing I've done a couple times now and ignore this guy's field. As bad as that is, I don't own this field, and nobody's here to see me. Whee! But see, it's not really just... There's no crop destruction. Look at that. At least it's not hurting his crop. I guess I could try driving on mine on a corner of it now and see. And if it doesn't really harm it, then I know I'm good to buy those big, fat, awesome-looking tires. Because those were really cool. Okay, this day's almost gone already. Because I still have it on 120 speed while I'm waiting for that grass to grow. Okay. Okay, so that should help. And then I figured out the reason I couldn't dump this before was because I was actually too close. So now I can dump it like that. Yay! Okay, so let me zip around here, turn on some lights. And nighttime is fast forwarding, so that grass should be ready soon. But see, property income right there is 384, so it covered the animal upkeep. A sheep has been born. Oh, and look at that. I have time going so fast. I'm going to send it back down. I have time going so fast that they're already ready to get this cleaned a little bit while I sat here. So let's see. Can we scoop this up? No. I need to get a little lower. There we go. Oh, did you hear the little one? That one sounded like the baby. Okay, I think I got it. See, oh, no, none of them look like a baby. Right? They all look normal sized. Oh, but you could hear it over there. Okay, let's try. Sheep wool is at 97%. Okay. I'm going to lower this. And then let it go. See, I gotta check now. Do you hear it? It was a little cute one. And they said one was just born. Is it in its own pen? No, there's nothing over here. Okay, so there aren't any little ones. That maybe they just have some sheep have louder bleats or whatever they're called. Okay, let's get in here. Turn off these lights. And let's head back. And we need to collect our eggs, but before we do, I'm going to just reconnect really fast to this and just refresh their water while I'm here. Oops. What's the key I need to... I. Yeah, they took a bit of water. Okay. Now, let's head back. Sheep wool's at 97%. I'm hoping that... Do I have to move that pallet? I don't know if I have to move that pallet or not. We'll find out, because once it goes past... Or once it gets to 100%, if it stays and doesn't add any more wool, then I know I need to move the pallet out of the way. And it looks like this grass is bloomed. I want to say part of that was with it. So it might be... Whoops. Wow, that was a big sharp turn. Grass might be ready. Nope, looks like it's not. That's too bad. I could still collect some grass around, but yeah, it's this right here that I need to get ready. So if I check this, see, it doesn't look any different, does it? It still looks that same yellow color. That's unfortunate that the grass isn't growing, but the fields are. So let's go, yeah, that's still, I can't tell. That might be on the 3rd stage of growth right there. That's pretty good if it is. I wonder if the grass isn't, well, the grass probably isn't considered the fruit. So I wonder if my speeding up the plant growth in my settings really quick. Oh, look at that, plant growth is off again. Why? Why did that happen? Oh, that's frustrating. I'm going to have to continually check that. Because I bet could be mowing that grass right now had that not shut off. Because it's already been a couple days. Yeah, and again, I think it's just because I had that seasons mod on and then removed it. There we go. Okay, I got all the eggs, right? Oh, no, here's another. Alright, so the plants, or the grass still hasn't popped up there. So I think the grass is probably going to grow at its normal pace, even though I have, well, no, maybe not. Because it's plant growth, not fruit. They tend to call the fields fruit. So this is 33%. I thought that's what it was when I first turned it on. Let's go check our field really quick. I'm really hoping that setting, yeah, it's still on fast, okay. I'm really hoping that doesn't keep getting reset all the time, because I'll, like I just did, and you just saw, I'll forget about it, and then all of a sudden go, man, why isn't stuff growing? See, the canola is only at 28% right now. So that means it's definitely not at this 3rd stage of growing. So it must just be this 1st stage right there. Maybe the 2nd. Maybe, well, if each one's 25%, then it's the 2nd if it's at 28. Yeah. Well, that's too bad that plant growth got friggin' turned off again. But our sheep wool is at 98%. What's the price going? Yeah, it's up to 6,000 now from 4. But it looks like it's not going up. So we'll see. Let's speed the game up again. Try to get our grass to grow, because we're kind of at a dormant stage until we get this grass to get ready to be mowed. So I'll go ahead and speed it up. I don't mind doing that. Our canola still at 28%. I guess it's not going to grow in a matter of 20 minutes. But whoa, it's getting dark. Get my flashlight out. Yeah, it's like foggy. Look at this, overcast. Partly cloudy. That would be terrible if it started pouring rain, because I'm pretty sure you cannot harvest in the rain. But yeah, we're pretty much just waiting for this grass to bloom or finish growing and be fully ready to harvest. And then once we do that, we can buy the equipment we need, and then hopefully that field will not take too much longer. But now when I changed the game speed, did it rechange that setting? I'm wondering if that, no, it's still on fast. The time scale's at 120%. Epic dirt, what's this? Oh, yeah, that's normal, that's fine. All right, we'd like to see that grass to grow. But I think that's going to be it for this episode. I will wait for the grass to grow. And between episodes, I don't know, I may start mowing it and try to get it set up so that all we have to do is collect the bales and sell them and then go buy our new equipment in the next episode. We did get some field work done for some other farmers. We got to sell the eggs and work on the sheet. Oh, wool pallet is full. Okay. Well, there we go. So what we need to know now is, oh, look at that. Yeah, so I can just leave it there, and it's already working on pallet number 2. Whew. All right, so I don't have to move each pallet every time it gets full. I don't know how many pallets are max, though. But what I might have to consider is buying a trailer that I can stack the pallets on, so that I can sell multiple pallets at once. And I don't know how that works. I haven't gone to the spinnery yet. If it's like the logs, I might, if I'm lucky, be able to just pull a trailer up and it'll just sell all the wool on the trailer at once. Because what we don't want is to sell a single pallet at a time and have the price change after each one, because it'll drop. Okay, I got all the eggs. But yeah, so now we know that when your wool is got a full pallet, it'll start a second pallet. Look at that, it's already up to 22. 26, look at that. Oh man, it's going great. I am going to need to feed them soon, so when I do mow, oh look at that, it's bloomed. I can start mowing right now. So I will do that. I will mow, I will bale, and then when I'm done baling, I'll take one bale over to feed, or maybe I'll take a stack of 8 over and leave them just as grass bales, and feed our sheep, and then leave some bales there, and then I'll start wrapping them for silage. So yeah, I'll do that between episodes now that we have plenty of grass to mow. So hopefully next episode when we come back, I will be selling the wrapped silage and buying our gear to harvest. Turn our speed back down. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you'll join me for the next episode. Take care, everyone.